Hyper Peaches! Welcome to our 21st episode. I'm Erica.
And I'm Joyce.
Hello, Joyce. How are
Hello.
you?
I'm good. This week, backstory, now that we're actually physically together, and we want a disclaimer to tell people that we had a little technical difficulty per usual. We had to delay our podcast.
Apologies, guys.
Yeah, but we're here on a Friday night doing the damn thing.
Yeah, we chose to record our podcast instead of going out to have drinks.
The dedication.
Yeah.
So how would you rate your week so far? Tell us the story.
Actually, it's been a relatively short, fast and short week for me. So
yeah. That wasn't what you said a few days ago.
Is it? Oh, right. When we recorded.
When we attempted to record this podcast initially.
That's true. So yeah, my mood changes by day. When we recorded it for the first time, it was a Monday. And then
now it's a Friday.
Yeah, and we have all those hiccups.
Yeah.
So now it's Friday, and then we finally get to see each other. So that would bump it all the way up to... It is a 4, but then...
It was a 4.
It was a 4. But then because it's Friday, so now it makes it an 8.
Really? An 8?
Yeah, an 8. Okay. And on a high...
That's true. I would say it was definitely a low 4 or 5 for us.
Yeah.
And then as the week went by, everything was better, and then now that we have more plans for the weekend.
Yeah, and we're feeling more confident.
Yes. How come every time? Why is our transitions so bad?
Maybe it's intentional. Maybe I'm just trying to create some humor for our listeners. I hope you guys find it funny.
Yes.
Are you trying to yawn?
No. Yawn and laugh at the same time. But yeah, I think going back to this, the intention and the purpose of our topic today is actually about self-confidence, right?
Yeah.
Why? It's because I've actually been thinking about this, and I shared the story with you. I was recently I felt like there was a change in me, and I felt like you as well. We've been a little more satisfied with where we're at. We're more confident, we're more happy and genuine about where we're at, whereas maybe when we were in our early teens or early 20s, we were a bit lost, confused, not as proud. But now when we look back, it's oh wow, we actually did evolve so much, right?
Yeah.
And then I think that in a sense comes with self-confidence, right?
Yeah.
And so that's why we really wanted to touch on all the things about it today, right?
It's a sense of maturity, a sense of confidence, a sense of assurance. And yeah, I think that really comes with, at least for us, it comes with age and experience.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So why don't I just go on and talk a little bit more about, self-confidence per se.
Yeah.
So actually that article was, Joyce found it. It talks about 4 types of self-confidence, which I find it pretty interesting because I also always think about it as what do you mean by confident? There are so many people who are like what I just said. Our confidence comes with experience and age, but there are so many people out there who are just I'm sure we all have friends around us who were confident since childhood, right? They just they're always the loudest. They know what they want. They see it. They get it.
It's a personality trait too in them.
Exactly. But are they really the type of confidence that is, the real thing, the real deal? And so this article that I read, they talked about sort of the fake confidence.
Yeah.
So let me just, dig right into it. First type is unwarranted confidence. So what does that mean? Basically, simply put, just cocky arrogance. So it's just the kind of people that are always overestimated their abilities, but also underestimating their opponents or the magnitude of the task that is right in front of them.
Yeah.
I mean, we have definitely both come across
these people.
Yes, I think so.
I think for these, I wanted to quickly touch on it while you were explaining. I was thinking like these people who have this so-called unwarranted confidence is actually people who are actually very self-conscious, right?
Yeah, I think so.
They're the least actually comfortable with themselves, and they're using this unwarranted confidence to kind of hide their
kind of,
what do you call it, like
lack of confidence.
Exactly, to kind of hide whatever like insecurities that they have, right? To not show that to the outside world.
Yeah.
And does this mask.
Yeah. It's just a mask.
Exactly.
It's basically a masked confidence.
Exactly.
Yeah. So moving on, a second type, which is what they call a pasted-on confidence. So what does that mean? It means that, well, there's always, it's like a pep talk confidence, where you just like go to the mirror every day, every morning, wake up, and tell yourself, you got this. Yeah. I mean, I do that a lot, actually. I pep talk myself a lot. So I
think once in a while it's okay to have it, right?
It's better than nothing.
Exactly. But when I think when you do it too much, and you're not doing the right kind of, which we'll talk about it, like the right kind of confidence, then it's kind of like bad, right? You're missing something. But I think once in a while, pasted on confidence could be like a instant booster, like a quick booster for you.
Gotta start somewhere, right?
Exactly.
But I mean, of course, if you want to really improve, then we have the I've already done it confidence, which, well, goes back to, it's aligned with our comes with experience and age version, which is you done it once, you got better, and then you do it again, and you get more confident.
Yeah.
But sometimes the only thing with people is that maybe they've only done it once, literally just once.
Yeah.
And then they think they got it all. And then they feel confident about it. But then deep down, are they really that good? Well, that is really up in the air.
Yeah, I think this one is kind of interesting because it's like, it's kind of like the last one that we're going to talk about, but not really in a sense where, you did it only couple times and you kind of self-convince yourself that like, oh, I've got it. And then you kind of stop caring about the whole thing, right? The whole, like, you don't want to give any more kind of quality effort to it, right? You're just doing it just for the sake of it. There's no consciousness towards it. There's no quality or substance. Therefore, it's kind of like, why are you doing it in the first place?
Exactly. It's just
not that meaningful, huh?
A lazy ass kind of confidence.
Yeah, which is interesting.
Yeah. I've never really thought of it this way, but okay, now
I'm
that
sure
they
people
point
do
it out.
unconsciously,
Yes, that's true. But yeah, so guys, if you really, really want to improve on yourself, then, well, just stick with the effort will lead to results kind of confidence. You done it enough, you will just nail it and then ace it.
Yeah, time after. Like, I think this also does come with a little bit different from the previous one, is that you actually care about it, right? You're mastering it with more effort every time you do it, because you're never going to be perfect at anything or something, right?
Yeah, for sure.
So it's like the goal to like reach above and beyond every time.
Yeah.
It's the right kind of mindset in my opinion.
I agree. I think there's always a saying where they say like it's 1% genius and 99% practice. I think that just basically applies to everything.
I agree.
Every single situation.
That's so true. So what do you think, like,
why do we even talk about this? Why is this so important?
Yeah, why is it important to you? Like, why this whole self-confidence concept, like, what strikes out to you?
I would say, well, again, first off, these are the stuff that, well, we talk about it because we always talk about the stuff that is like kind of common, but people don't really talk about it
and dig deep.
Yes, and that's why we think there's a need to just, bring out the whole subject. In general, I think confidence is important in every single aspect.
For sure.
Because like what we said, if you're confident, it gives you the security in life,
Mm-hmm.
the assurance in yourself,
Mm-hmm.
which would basically help you become a better communicator.
I
Yeah.
agree.
As you know how like, well, I mean, I study law, right? I'm doing law right now. Whenever I see like barristers giving speeches, confronting witnesses at court, the kind of confidence that they have in themselves,
Yeah.
you can just see it. And because they have this kind of confidence, they know what they're saying. And it doesn't just, the way they say it out, it doesn't confuse anyone. It's very like on point, sharp, clear cut. And that comes with a lot of practice.
Experience.
A lot of
life
experience. Yes.
For sure.
Yeah.
I agree.
So it's like one thing leads to another. You practice enough, you have the experience, you become confident, you get better in everything. Yeah.
It's a whole cycle, repetition, and
Yeah.
I agree. Like, definitely everything that you said, like, self-confidence ties into every aspect on your life. Whatever you do, like, I think I talked about it last time too. It was basically like, I was like thinking like whatever, like where is like it's my career or whether it's my relationships with friends, whether we go to a social setting, whether I meet up with my dance friends, like I go to like a party, just like any occasion.
Yeah.
I find myself taking that like pocket of that little bag of self-confidence in me to do these kind of things, because that creates the resilience, that creates the courage, that motivates me to kind of push myself out in a comfort zone, outside of a comfort zone, right?
Comfort zone. I think that's the thing. It brings you out of that comfort zone every time.
Yeah.
I
mean, that ultimately, I feel like self-confidence, now that we talked about it, comfort zone and everything, it actually serves the purpose of giving you joy and happiness. Because if you're in a comfort zone for too long, that means you're stuck in a rut for too long. That means you're just going on a loop. You're not growing. You're not motivating. You're not, you're losing the purpose of life, whatever, if you go deeper than that. So it does, it ties into every single thing now that we talk about it.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, because you're confident enough to accept the challenge, and then that's how you step off comfort zone and you try to strive for more in life. For me, that's basically the purpose in life. It's nothing wrong with being satisfied, but if you're like just already satisfied, well, does that really mean that you are actually the kind of person that is like really content with life, or you are just not confident enough to challenge yourself?
Yeah, I agree. What are some things that I always love to talk to you about this, like when we were having dinner just now. I was like, oh, like we were talking about our college days in our early 20s. What does self-confidence look like when you were, say, in your early teens to early 20s compared to now?
Yeah, it's quite different. First off, I would say relationship. I was also one of the I've always been a relationship person, but it's just that back then I think I'm also kind of one of those girls who are like feeding on their partner's attention or their affection for
validation.
Their validation to boost my confidence. You know what I mean? Like, I would constantly be comparing myself with the type of girls that I think is their ideal types.
Right.
Or like if I saw them like, checking out these girls on IG, and I would like secretly be comparing to them. Yeah. And then I'll be like, shit, like, am I not good enough? Stuff like that. And then if that at some point feel like, suddenly they like say, I love you and stuff like that. And somehow, or like they say, you're really good, like you're really brilliant, like just stupid compliments like this.
Yeah.
But it somehow just boosts my confidence, and I personally think that it's kind of toxic. Like, it's not like compliments are not important, but if I'm always like just adjusting myself according to someone else's mood and words and everything, then yeah, deep down, I guess I'm just not confident enough.
That means you're not really yourself. You lost yourself in that midst of whatever you're
exactly.
doing. Right?
I was lost. I was a bit lost. But
I mean,
ain't that same for everyone?
That's what your 20s are for.
Yeah.
For being lost.
For you?
Same. I think college was a time that was so confusing because it was so many newness, so many things happening. We were meeting so many different types of people. We were experiencing different aspects of life, that I felt like I was losing balance, losing control. And I was not in touch with myself at all. I was just like riding on those experiences and those moments, and riding on like whatever people were like wanting to do, whatever was popular, whatever seemed cool and fun, and that kind of thing. I was just like going through the norms of everyone.
You're a follower, you're not a trendsetter.
Exactly. Well, I mean, we all should be a trendsetter deep down, No, but I'm saying like it's not that I want to be a trendsetter, but it was just a confusing time, to say the least, right? And that really took a toll on me, because at the end of the day, I don't think I was happy. I don't think I was genuinely myself. And that took like time of growth, be like, wait, like this is not right for me. This feels a little weird. Not my place, not my time. So it took like me walking away to realize that, okay, like
take a step back.
I actually did take a step back and be like, maybe these people are better for me. Maybe this career is better for me. Maybe this person is better for me. Maybe these type of friends are better for me. And it just really does take a step back to find that. And that also ties into confidence, because it takes confidence to take a step back.
That's true. Actually, it takes confidence to do almost everything.
You could be so comfortable life. And be okay with it.
That's true. I mean, I always think about it this way then, since, you said you're a follower back then.
Yeah.
And how about for those influencers on IG?
Whew, that's a tough topic.
What do you think? Are they real trendsetter? Are they really confident? Or are they just faking it? Because after all, they are kind of feeding on other people's likes and attention to, you know what I mean? Like
I know
to just maintain their image. Or
I know what you mean. This is a really weird dynamic society that we're living in.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to bash them, or I don't want to talk shit about them, because
we're just analyzing, right?
Yeah, we're analyzing. And I think that like I get where they're coming from, because this is how they make their career. This is how careers actually this is how their careers turn big nowadays.
True.
So it's hard, because they do make money off of these engagement and everything.
But when they first started,
what do you mean?
Like when they first started, before like they actually become, a big thing, are they like, did they do it just because like they're really confident about their looks and everything, and that's why they're posting this and that? Or are they actually deep down they're like insecure, and then they're trying to post just so if they get enough
the satisfaction of other people's
if they get enough likes, and then they'd be like, so everyone likes me, so I feel good about myself. Like which direction
honestly,
do you think?
I can't pick one. You know why? Because I feel like there's so many girls out there. I can't pinpoint on which is which, because I think there's a balance between those two, right? The first one that you said there's girls who are actually genuinely quite confident, somewhat confident. We're like, I think I look good. I can be a KOL, or I can be an influencer. Then they go ahead and do that, right? That transition takes self-confidence to actually make the thing work,
for
right?
sure.
So I acknowledge that. For people who are B people that you said, they feel very insecure, therefore they seek internet's attention to gain that approval, right? There's also a majority of people that looks for that.
Yeah.
And I honestly think that I don't have a conclusion for that, but it's a great comment, right? I was like, that's interesting. I think there's all these people that are around.
To say the very least, I think it reflects on their photos. Think people,
authenticity.
Yeah. Or for most people in general, I think if you are actually confident, the way you pose, the smile, the eyes, well, especially the eyes can't lie.
Yeah.
Or is it hard to lie? Harder to lie?
You know, something I just noticed, I forgot the name, but there was this Taiwanese girl that I scrolled on the feed. I clicked on her, and I thought she was all her outfit, all her poses, her face, makeup, everything was the exact same as another very popular KOL.
Who?
I'll tell you later.
Okay.
But the real my assumption to this was like, this is really bad, because you're just a clone of someone else.
Yeah.
You're not even trying to seek attention anymore. You completely lost yourself to a point that you're just cloning.
True. You know, like What We Said podcast, those girls, they're always saying, like, one of those girls always saying that, like half joking lah. It's like, Kendall Jenner, like so many outfits of Kendall Jenner actually is similar to hers. And she was saying on podcast that maybe Kendall was like secretly following her. Yeah. And then and looking for inspo from her.
Wow.
I mean, obviously she got like a lot of haters.
Yeah.
But then think about it. What kind of I think genuinely, I think that she said it because like it's joke, but also like secretly she believes in it. It takes a very, very confident person to say that she thinks Kendall Jenner
exactly
is looking for inspo from her.
I think the internet is such a weird place, because I think it's healthy, because this is how we seek new information. This is how we seek inspiration. This is how we seek like different ideas to spark us, right? To spark some kind of ideas for ourselves to create something. But it's hard. That fine line is like, it's much easier and no-brainer to be like, this is Kendall Jenner. Let me just copy her, or I'll copy these girls. I don't have to think about my own thing, right? I can just steal it.
Agree.
Because now creating authenticity is even harder than
I remember it's one of the reasons why we said should quit social media last time.
Social media detox.
Yeah, it's just that it kind of kills creativity to some certain extent.
It's how do you use social media healthily?
I agree. I'm still considering quitting it.
You know what Jenim did recently? I think we could try that, or you could try first and let me know if it works. You can set a timer on Instagram. So once you reach whatever mark, like say, once you reach 1 hour of scrolling on IG for the whole day, it will lock you out, and you can only log in the next day.
I don't actually scroll for that long.
Really? Okay.
But I want to quit it.
Damn.
Once and for all.
I don't think I can do that. I'll miss it.
Yeah.
You won't miss it?
I don't like the comparison. But well, let's be honest. How are you supposed to not compare? That's just like, being human.
Yeah.
And being
I think the only
sensitive girl.
Yeah. I think the only thing that I can't quit is like, I want to stay in touch with my long distance friends.
Yeah, that's a little tough.
Yeah.
But then
I need to know what's up with them.
Again, there's WhatsApp, right? If you really care about someone, you don't need social media to remind you that someone exists in your life.
Do you text people less now because there's social media? Sorry, we're getting off track, but this is one question I really want to know, because I feel like I am. You don't?
In general, I don't text people that much. But yeah, I get what you mean.
You know what I mean, right?
I get what you mean.
Because now that we have Instagram,
you
it's
can
like
reply to some people's story if you're really interested in there.
Yeah, like because we have friends from overseas, right? So like it's hard because of the time difference.
Yeah,
I don't really WhatsApp them too much unless there's something that's happening in their lives that, or like an update that we've been doing a long time. But other than that, like a daily, regular, weekly thing, I just see their stories and then I just heart it, I just comment it, miss you. It's like
true.
It's so like that now.
But it's also feels very instant noodle, if you get what I mean.
It is.
Yeah, I still enjoy, because I have this friend who is like completely off grid. I just recently told her that I actually have a podcast which she didn't know because she's not on Insta. I'm not sure if she's listening. If she would listen to this,
does she have Spotify or iTunes now?
She does. So
Okay, good,
the other day I was telling her about it, and she listened to one of the episodes. But anyways, I still enjoy that like random just like call her up and then we like catch up. It feels
calling
like
is so underrated. I wish people call more.
Although I'm not a big fan. No, I enjoy it, but then I can't do it too often. Too much stuff on my plate, basically.
Because the only reason for me texting is that there's no substance in texting. It's like it's just like, oh, what are you doing? Or like, oh, how are you? It's very hard because the timing is always off, right? They're not gonna instantly reply you, and then you might not reply the next day, so the conversation falls out.
Yeah,
it's hard. But anyways,
we're getting completely
talk about that.
off track. So I guess both of us really do experience our early teens with like this like a little low self-esteem, I would say.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, insecurity, and so relatively not as confident.
Yeah.
Until now, what do you think? Well, I think you kind of said it right. Like, why do you think you have gained boosted all that self-confidence now?
Besides aging and time.
Besides aging.
The obvious.
Yeah. What is that one trigger point? Or do you have one? I mean, you don't have to have one, but just do you?
It's not an element. It's more like a pattern that I see. So the pattern that I see is very 抽象. It's I feel like that direction. I feel like the decisions that I'm making now, I'm more happy and proud of them.
I think I see it in you. I think so.
Like I genuinely think that, oh, this is the path that I'm supposed to take. This is where I'm supposed to be, and therefore any of that like noise outside does not even matter. Thus the confidence that I truly am more believing in. I'm more, how should I say, truly myself. I believe in myself, and that whole thing just really boosted the whole self-confidence, right? To sum it up, because all the things that I wanted to talk about, like, oh, studying abroad, all my hobbies, my peers cheering for me, my friends, my achievements, these are all small elements that does help me and boost me to that right direction. But ultimately, I feel like is the decisions that you make as you grow.
Yeah.
And how you feel about them, right?
Yeah. It's kind of vague, but yes, that's exactly what I'm kind of going through as well.
Yeah.
It's like,
that's good.
Yeah. As soon as I really feel like that, oh, I am sailing in the right direction, then everything just like falls into place.
Exactly.
And then I can actually be more certain of myself.
Exactly.
And that's where I grow that self-confidence.
Yeah. And I think this path is not something, I'm not saying that, oh, I'm done figuring out.
Yeah, no.
It's not even about that, right? It's more like, oh, I feel like my boat is going the right way.
Yeah.
It's not going opposite or backwards.
Yeah, it's not capsizing.
Exactly. And it's like us surfing, right? It's like I feel like now I'm not riding the wave super long, but I'm standing. Yeah. I'm falling. I'm standing. I'm falling.
Yeah. I've caught like 1 or 2 waves.
Yeah.
I'm happy with that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But maybe in our early 20s, it was like, wait, where's the wave?
Yeah, exactly.
Where am I? What is this board?
What's paddling? Song? There's the song, right? Wave after wave. Okay, is that irrelevant?
Wait, why is this a clubbing song?
Yeah, I don't know. It's just like
wave after wave.
Yeah.
Slowly.
Oh, I forgot that word.
Okay, we need to listen to this after.
Okay.
So what are some ways that you yourself find that works to kind of help increase your self-confidence?
Good one. I guess for me, what I really did, so cliche, but then I really like just sat down. Picked up a pen, take a piece of white paper. I was listing out.
a pen. I have a
Do it. Oh my god, you really.
pen I apple. Sorry. Please go ahead.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that was better than wave after wave at least. Okay, right. So basically, what I was saying really is just that identify your strengths and your weaknesses, because the stuff that you're good at, maybe you can group them together. Maybe you can try to, find a direction, identify the direction that you're really trying to go for.
Yeah.
For example, there's this girl that I just met. She was talking about how she went off to study law after she completed her master's degree, and basically it's just that thinking of what she's good at and what are her hobbies.
Yeah.
She has always enjoys reading, writing. She's used to writing long pieces of essays, and so she loves something practical. So why not, right? I guess, you have to know exactly what you want.
Yeah, agree.
And then if you're more clear of what you want, then it's easier to achieve it. And when everything is in line, it's falling in place, of course the confidence will just
Come in.
slowly comes in. You gain it.
Yeah, no, I totally agree what you said, and it's really just like setting clear goals, achievable goals, and be very reasonable and very practical about it, right?
Yeah, don't be that unwarranted confident kind of person.
Yeah, I agree. And also to touch on your point, it's like before to really set the goals, the things that you really want to achieve, I think it's really important to be like, what are you genuinely curious about? What are you genuinely happy with or excited about or like doing, enjoy doing? And that with all these things drives the fire, drives the passion, does make you be like, okay, now I want to do better. Now I actually want to excel in this, right? Because it's worth my time, worth my effort, worth my life to put this time in, right?
Yeah.
And so that's kind of like base 1 for me. And then base 2 is really what you said, like setting all these clear goals. How do I actually excel? Not in a way to be like, I need to beat people. I need to be better at this. Because at the end of the day, I always think that there's always going to be people that are better than you.
That's true.
No one is ever the best of the best.
That's
if you come to think about it. So it's really just, kind of throw out that, what do you call it? Like that ego.
Yeah.
That very negative or cynical ego,
yes,
right?
Yes.
And just really look inwards and be like, okay, this is achievable for me. I like it. And I want to push myself for my own benefit.
Yeah.
That's bottom line. That, in a sense, is really self-confidence.
Yeah. But just, don't settle and keep pushing, like you said.
For sure.
Whatever if you think you're good at something, keep polishing it. If you think you're weak, then of course try to improve it.
Yeah.
The better you get at the thing that you're doing, the more confident you get.
I think also because we're at this age, we sound like we're so old. We're at this age where we're like, we kind of know what careers that we like, what people that we like spending time with, what passion or hobbies that you like doing outside of work, right? And these things are like, these things are worth my time polishing, therefore I will polish, and these are the things that you set to polish it.
I mean, one only has 24 hours. Every
so
day.
Much time.
Yeah, don't waste your time on doing something that you either don't enjoy or just feel like in general it's a waste of time.
Yeah, and I think, as a conclusion, I think it's a good thing to push yourself, and it's also good to find balance in life, Make sure you have a balanced lifestyle.
The art of balancing.
For For sure. Stay tuned for our next episode. Wherever that is, wherever that topic will come.
We'll come up with something.
Yeah.
Something that we're of interest. See, again, because we are actually genuinely interested in these topics.
That's why we talk about it, and we spend time on the Friday night where people are, is Bungo still there? Oh no, sorry, SpaceX.
I think so.
Yeah. Where people are bumping, on like at SpaceX. We're here.
But in some town you actually want to go.
Maybe I'll catch up with you later about that. But yeah.
Okay. Sorry, I need to finish off my last sentence.
Oh, you still have something? Okay.
No, it was just that because we're genuinely interested in this topic. That's why we did our research, like you said. Yes. And that's why we're confident enough to talk about it. You didn't let me finish.
No, I did.
No, you didn't. And then you go off to talk about Bungo.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, sorry, SpaceX.
Wow, thank you, Erica, for that nice conclusion.
You're welcome. You're always welcome.
Thank you guys for listening, and we hope your day is as peachy as this episode. Make sure to follow us on Instagram and Facebook. Like and rate this podcast on Spotify and iTunes.
Comment or DM us on any of our social media platforms as well. Talk to you in the next one. Bye.